Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope your week is going good. I just wanted to get this out there. I thought this was really, really interesting. Haven't really seen too many people talk about it, and I don't know if it's really important or not. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but it seems really interesting to me. So on Dow's website, he posted this, emailing Forrest, please be considerate. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. And then kind of go through on what I think is important. So here we go. Dow writes, I recently spent a couple of days with Forrest in Santa Fe. We had an opportunity to chat about many things. First off, I want to say that Forrest is in good health, but both his hearing and his vision are weakening. Additionally, Peggy is frail, but in good spirits. Forrest spends much of his time caring for and attending to Peggy. At this point in his life, the 200 emails per day that searchers feel compelled to write him are, by and large, a distraction from more important duties. He uses a magnifying glass to read his email. As you can imagine, it takes a significant amount of time to get through email that way. What Forrest wants and needs is to receive fewer emails from you, from me, from searchers everywhere. Believe it when I say that there are some searchers who write for us several times each day, with nothing more than idle chit-chat. He told me that this has become quite tedious. Other searchers send him their solutions, hoping for a response that will verify or nullify their ideas. Forrest will never answer such emails with remarks that could support or thwart any solution. To do so would be to give the sender information that no one else has. He refuses to do that, so sending Forrest a solution is pointless. If you have the chest in your possession, Forrest certainly wants to know that. You can remain anonymous. He has no desire to know who found it. If you find the chest, there will be ample ways to prove that you have it without disclosing your identity, and Forrest looks forward to that information. I realize that it is difficult to believe that I am speaking about these things with any authority from Forrest, but Forrest asked me to post this note to anyone in hopes that we could all cut back on sending Forrest unimportant email. In the past, Forrest has announced twice that he would be cutting back on responses to email. Those announcements never affected the number of emails he received. This is the third attempt to cut down the number of emails he receives. It would be easy for him to just hit the delete button on any email he does that he does not want to read, but the problem is the email he deletes without reading may be important, so he reads most. The solution to the problem is not for Forrest to read fewer emails, but rather for us to respect his wishes and send him less. Self-edit. Be aware of his need to spend less time at his computer. I think we all can do that. Sincerely, Dow. Okay, so what I think is interesting about this is that it is absolutely vital for Forrest to read his email. So, and it says, if you have the chest in your possession, Forrest certainly wants to know that. Okay? So, there's no way for Forrest to know that you have the chest. Sorry, fantasy football. There's no way for Forrest to know the chest unless you personally get a hold of him and provide proof. So, to me, that completely answers the question of how Forrest is going to know the chest is found, is because the searcher has to tell Forrest. Now, that doesn't seem like super groundbreaking, but I think that kind of eliminates that he has a camera or something, a booby trap or something like that. And then that's how Forrest knows the chest is found. So the searcher has to get a hold of Forrest and let him know. And that's why Forrest has to read these emails. He feels really compelled to, right? He can't just hit the delete button on them. He has to read these to see if there's anything important or if someone's getting close or whatnot. So let me bring you to Once Upon a While. So in the foreword, Douglas Preston wrote page X, so 10, in the foreword. He said the chest also included a vital piece of paper which showed me an IOU for $100,000 drawn on his bank, so that he would know when the chest was found, when the discoverer collected the IOU. Okay, so his original idea was to put a check in there for $100,000, and then he can watch his account, and whenever that money is collected, then he knows that the chest is found, and he can let people know. So 2 pages after that, he says, "As the years went by, I visited Forrest many times and saw the treasure in his vault. He often took things out and put other things in. He removed the currency, fearing it might rot, and swapped out some of the gems for more gold coins and ancient Chinese jade faces. He also took out the IOU, he said, because I thought my bank might not still be here when the chest is found. He had worked out a better way, he told me, to know when the treasure chest is discovered, but he has not shared that secret with me." Okay, so in the beginning, that was his plan, $100,000, right? When it comes out of his account, he knows, but he said that he was afraid that his bank might not be here. Okay, so it makes sense to me that he would do that, because during the time the chest was hidden and the chase came out, our financial institutions were in ruins, and the banks were all in trouble and all that stuff, and our economy was crap. So it makes sense that Forrest Fenn was worried about that, and he you know, he didn't want to go that route just in case, something major did happen like that. And that's kind of one of the reasons why he hid the chest too, right? Is to give, people hope of finding this money. So I just think it's interesting. So whatever that thing that he hasn't told anyone about what's inside the chest, I believe that is what is gonna give the finder incentive to let Forrest know that they have found the chest. And I'm sure, there's multiple ways you can prove you have the chest, pictures, whatever. So it's vital that Forrest Fenn reads these emails. He has to read them, so that just says that, hey, he has to, it has to be, that's how he knows the chest is sound, is that the finder has to get a hold of him. So there's something in there, and I believe, I've said this multiple times, is that, money talks, right? So it has to be some financial incentive, whether it be something in his collection that's worth a lot of money, or in his will, So, and I don't know if he has something set up after he dies, but if the chase goes on 100 years, or more than that, I believe that the way to know that the treasure chest is found is going to be gone, and it might be gone after Forrest Fenn dies, because I don't know if he set up a family member or a friend to take over. I would hope he would do that, just for our sake. He is getting up there. He is turning 90 years old, so he is getting up there in age. So hopefully he did that. But anyways, guys, that's about all I wanted to talk about in this video. I just thought it was really interesting. I don't know if you guys read this or not, but good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, well, that's it from me, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.